A very big welcome to you, my dear Scorpio. The sun now is in Cancer. And through Cancer, we want to bring light to the world. We want to shine. We want to show the world that we have love, a deep love for family, a deep love for the people that are closest to us. And the sun gives the light to the moon, which is now in your sign, and we're going to the left to your new moon. And when you go to your new moon, you go more introverted, and that's when the bird looks to the left. But always remember, when the bird looks to the left, and I become the card, the bird looks to the right. And so this is the story today, right? Through the sun and through the moon, I can see what's going on. And of course, we're going to look at Pluto. Pluto is ruling you. Pluto is in retrograde in Aquarius. And Aquarius is the new technology. We're going to look at Oda. Oda is the King of Cups. And the dates that are for the King of Cups, I divided in 3 sections, and the first one is the King of Cups with above Justice, and that's when you're born between the 13th to the 23rd of October. There we have the King of Cups with Justice above. This combination you can see in the previous reading, the reading where the moon was in Justice. Then we have the pure Scorpio, which has Death above and Oda, or the King of Cups, below, and that's between the 24th of October to the 12th of November. And this is what I do today. And then there's another combination where we have above Death and below already the Knight of Wands. That's between the 13th to the 22nd of November. Is your birthday there? You're already this combination. Soul aspect, Scorpio, death, transformation, physical aspect here, the Knight of Wands, which is the eagle. Just that you know. We're going to look at the message from the last reading, which was Gemini Sun giving Scorpio Moon the light. We had Saturn in Aries for 3 years as a station, and Jupiter in Cancer 1 year as a station. And the message was, King of Cups, one thought is needed to teach. The Knight of Wands, your tribe is testing you. And so what's important is that we understand that everything is cyclical, and so I looked if there's a reoccurring card. There are 2 cards that are coming back to talk to you again. So we're going to look at that. Okay, so we have Oda, the 8th house of transformation and secrets, connected here, right? And you get the Ace of Cups in the north. And it's almost like this is where you're pointing at. You're pointing at find the love, find in the earth all the secrets. The 8 and the 1 is the 9. The 9 is the completion. What is the Mother Piece Tarot bringing? The Ace of Swords to the left. And this is the card that came last time as well. And it came on the position of the King of Cups. And so in a way you are getting challenged to see that one thought that is letting you know the Ace of Cups is what you hold, but you are pointing down to the rune alphabet, and in that love you start the first language, one of the first language in the north. And so you see that here is a 1-1 portal, and the 8th, the 11th of August, or the 8th of November could be a date. So there is a very clear understanding that you want to love, that you want to bring a loving thought out into the world. And so this is what is pushing you to live your life differently than you used to. The Knight of Wands is connected to the 9th house of learning and believing. Comes the moon. And the moon right now is in Scorpio, and so the combination is feeling that. He's the one that is actually now seeing, okay, the moon is in Scorpio. You understand that Scorpio is connected to you through the soul aspect in you. And here comes the seed that you want to plant. The 18 becomes a 9. So there's a 9-9 portal right away. What is coming from the moon in Scorpio? The 9 of Swords. And that's quite brutal, because in your sleep you have somehow these nightmares, and it's something that you want to learn to overcome. There is a clear 9-9 portal framing the 18. The 10, the Jupiter aspect now in Cancer, is saying, well, have the strength to overcome nightmares, have the strength to plant new seeds in your dreams, so you're not lying here and dreaming about things that are quite tough. What is coming from the Mother Piece Tarot? You get the Daughter of Wands, and that's you as a young person. So here we have Aries, we have Leo, and we have Sagittarius, right? And this is Sagittarius connected with the transformation above him as the Death card. And so a 9-9 portal, then we have here the 18 plus the 3, that's the 21. The whole world is right now in turmoil. The whole world needs to dream the world into a new being. In our dreams, we have to overcome difficulties. We have to go deeper within to realize, what is it that I really want, and how is all of this communicating to you? And this is what you already did when you were younger. You have dreams, you have aspirations, you not connected to these nightmarish kind of dreams, but something is actually pushing you right now to really look at this. And this is what the moon does right now, right? To look at you as a young person that is going here through warrior 1 or 2, right? And she goes out there and she's like, okay, I'm gonna work on these nightmarish dreams. The moon in your sign is getting the eye of the needle, the 17. And the 17 is the star, turns into an 8. The 18 turns into the 9. The 9 and the 8, the 17 appears again. And the sun is a dwarf star, giving the light to all. And you see that the eye of the needle is literally like, focus on that which you feel you want to now dream into being. Focus on the love, on that pure love, and focus on that one thought in the meditation, in the transformation. What is coming from Scorpio? We get the Mother of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands, and that's Kali. A sexual energy that is actually making you focus, maybe in Tantra, because she is the Tantrika, she is the black goddess, she is Kali, she is the destruction. And so the 17 plus the 1, that's the 18 portal, or then the 9-9 portal. So watch, right, where you focus on, because it will manifest. And here she focuses on a sexual act, and she's creative. She creates new ideas. Now, what is Kali bringing? The sun. Sun in Aries. The sun is the 19 plus the 1, that's the 20. And the 20, that's Pluto. Pluto in Aquarius right now. So we have here the 8, the 19 turns into a 10, the 8, the 20, and the 8 is the 28, that's a 10. A new cycle is coming to you. You are witnessing something extraordinary. The sun right now is giving you a push, is giving you a sexual energy through Cancer, which is connected to you, right? Cancer is a water sign as well. And so you are focusing on something quite extraordinary. And so observe, right, how you making that now something that is shining a light into the world. The sun. The sun in your deck sometimes looks like this rose is already dying, right? The sun has that power. So here comes the creation, the water, the 29. And it's really interesting because the rose looks like it's aged and it's dying. And so here this woman, she goes into the water and the water refreshes her, replenishes her. The 29 turns into the 11, the 19 into the 10. So 3 times the 1, and the 0 is Uranus. And Uranus is going to go on Monday, on the 7th of July, into Gemini. And that's going to be a big change in the way we perceive the world. What is coming from Cancer, because the sun is in Cancer, you have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. Jupiter has moved into Cancer, and that's the station we had last time, Jupiter in Cancer. And so there is then the 10 and the 10 and the 11 in the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times the 1, that's the heart, and 2 zeros. What is Jupiter saying is bringing you the bloom. Bloom through your hair. The 5 and the 10 is the 15, and that's Capricorn. Sometimes we get attached. Look at the hair. She has white hair, and here she's this younger person. She's remembering herself as this younger person, which also happened here for the Knight of Wands, right? And this is Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius. And so she's remembering how she used to create out of the 3, which is what a braid needs, 3 strands. But there are 4, and she's the number 5. And now she lets her hair loose. She doesn't need to be contained, restrained, braided anymore. So the 11 and the 10, and here the 15 turns into the 6. The 6 is self-love. There is a self-love that is emerging out of you more and more, and you are realizing it's important that you own that love. Pluto in Aquarius is bringing you Zen Torch, the divine spark. So this is a card that has never come up, so I'm really interested in reading it to you, and it's the number 6, and this is the 6 that is coming through here. The 10 and the 5 is the 15. Go through the attachments and liberate yourself and let your hair become wild and white, the same way I have my hair now white and wild. And I'm going to read you this. Enrobed in darkness, suspended in time's stationary, stopped, shield, stayed, paused, but dripping with anticipation. In the doomed gloom there is just the gleaming glow of a flame billowing, waiting to fire up, to spark and ignite below the light that aches into all the corners to illuminate. Zen is the torch and the divine spark that is coming to you. It's almost the eye of the needle is that divine spark. There is the divine drop into the water. There are the seeds, the divine seeds that the grandmothers are planting, which is the moon. There is that divine thought that is coming to you. And here is the divine spark through Kali, through Aries, right? Aries is in here in the Daughters of Wands. So clearly you are awakening to a new spark, to a new intention. An intention that brings the 8, that brings the star. And so what is coming from Aquarius? The Hermit is coming. And so here we have the 6 and the 20. The 26 is the 8 and the 9, that's the 17. And the 17, the intention that you're putting into the world is important. The intention, how you create, the intention that you're using the sun to bring that energy to the people. And the 8 is left. So what is actually Virgo saying? Because the Hermit is Virgo, you get the 5 of Cups, and that's Mars in Scorpio. So you had already the 9 of Swords, which is Mars in Gemini. And you see the difference. Mars in Gemini is like that brutal dream, that nightmare, that I can't sleep. And Mars in Scorpio is like a deep, deep sadness. A sadness that is part of being human. And that's the 5 with the 5 here. Bloom. And maybe you forgot to bloom. Maybe you need to awaken to a new blooming and realize that the 5 is important. And so here we had the 8 and the 5 is the 12, and the 12 is Neptune, which is in Aries. And Aries is here. Aries is saying, go for it. Do now the things that you maybe put off. Feel that spark. Pluto is bringing that. And Mars in Scorpio, you're learning through your tears that sometimes certain things are not as glorious as it seems, because she's standing here and she sees this person and she's looking over and she's actually almost naked. Kind of interesting, right? And so here comes that spark that says, well, Pluto is through Aquarius saying, hey, you gotta realize that this is actually completion, that this is the person that comes from deep within. So going deeper within is important, is something that we have to learn. That's why I'm reading to the left, because that's where we go deep within. And this is where Cancer comes in. Cancer is bringing you the Ace of Cups. Find deep within you that love that you're searching in the outside world, and you can never find that, right? It's almost like you are trying to fish for a fish, and that fish has come through the moon. This is connected with Pisces, and Pisces is always opposite of Virgo. And so there is something that is letting you know you can be happy if you awaken within you the wild woman that you are. Here you're young and here you're older, so what? What's the difference? Right? Now you let your hair loose. Now you are free. Now you are awakened. The 11 and the 6. The 6th of November or the 11th of June. A date that is maybe or hopefully important to you. So observe and watch and understand always that you have the power, that you have now the divine spark and the torch to carry out into the world and bring it through the eye of the needle. So I hope I see you in the next reading. We have young Leo here because the sun is going to be in Leo. So there is something important, right, coming already. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.